A huge psychological aspect to this title race. Now, you've already used the B word, Tim, in terms of Arsenal. 3 Premier League games without a victory, and the title race is wide open. That they had a chance to go 8 clear, they had a chance to go 9 clear. It's not happened.
And it goes right back to what I said at the start of the show. The Champions League, they're flawless. They are top of that particular league ahead of Bayern Munich, but that league is not representative of their form in the Premier League, because in the Premier League they've been terrific up to a point, and then they hit a juddering halt when they came up against a fragile Liverpool side, a Nottingham Forest side fighting against relegation, a Manchester United side that even their confidence was fragile, but they seem to have rediscovered their standards under Michael Carrick. And the interesting thing about this Arsenal side is that they led against Manchester United, and suddenly they were afraid of their own shadow. You know, it was all self-inflicted mistakes, and for my money, that said a great deal about where they are. There is a lot of expectation and pressure and a belief that they will win the league, but I'm not sure they're coping with it that well.
Well, Tim, you've been in a title race before. You know exactly what it takes to get across the line. The truth is, many of these Arsenal players don't know. They've not been there before. They are remembering kind of what happened last season, the season before. What does it take from within the squad?
I mean, you look for guidance from your manager. We had that. You know, we was fortunate enough to have a manager who had won it multiple times as a player and as a manager. But, you know, I'll go back to this game. They were so dominant.
Before you do, you made a really good point about Kenny, Kenny Dalglish, when he was a manager, he sat back, let you guys take responsibility, right? I looked at this game, I saw Carrick with his arms behind his back, you know, just basically patrolling. He'd given the team talk, he let them players take control, and he was so serene on the touchline. And I saw Arteta, and he was all over the place. And I wasn't necessarily a big fan of the criticism he's had, because all managers, you see Pep Guardiola on the touchline, you see Klopp on the touchline, everyone is got histrionics. But I think you're right about the messages with your energy on the touchline. Sorry, Tim.
Your demeanour is only right if you win the games. If you don't, then you should be the complete opposite. And I was going to that game, I was saying it's a Zubamendi pass where Saliba tries to play a 1-2 with him. I'm not sure where Saliba's deciding to run to. It's the first time I've seen him give the ball away all season. And it's 2 35-yard strikes. It's two, you know, they got battered, Man United, in the first half hour of that game. Arsenal were in total control. All right, they weren't creating too many chances and they have to rely on a set piece again. But it transpired against them. Luck wasn't with them. And I give Man United credit. They look a different side now. But then again, how's your luck again? If they played them a month ago out of Ruben Amorim, they played the reserves and they would have won 4-0. Now Michael's rejuvenated them, Man United, so it's the timing. It felt right, but let's have it right. It's a poor mistake, gives it to, and Burmo's probably their best player at the moment, and 2 wonder strikes. Other than that, and then everything's wrong about Arsenal. That's why he's had that meeting this week. He said, look, calm down, boys. You know, don't listen to the outside noise. It's really hard not to, because boys are just on their phones all the time, just looking at what people are saying to them. As much as they say, no, we'll look after ourselves, no, that is the truth of it. They need to just dust themselves down, need to go out, they need to blow teams away, which they've got the personnel to be able to do that, and stop having all these games of anxiety. The advantage they got this weekend is they play first. It's crucial to play first. If they can go to Ellen Road and they can win, then the pressure's on Man City. The only thing is, not one Tottenham fan will want to win that game against Man City. Not one. Because the last thing the Tottenham fans want is Arsenal to win the Premier League.
Before we move on to the opponents and the host Leeds, I want to talk about the decisions that Mikel Arteta has to make up front. Because things have not been working there. They've been called set-piece FC that really aren't creating much. We know Bukayo Saka hasn't scored in 13 games now. Kai Havertz is back. Does he start him? Does Gyökeres drop to the bench?
It's a good question, because one of the beauties of the 4-1 win over Almaty in midweek was that he was able to pay the B team. The A-listers had a rest. And that would have been crucial at this stage of the season. There are so many players who looked a little bit leggy before, even after last weekend, but now they've not had any Champions League football. And the emphatic nature of that win means that, as you say, he does have a few options for up front. Does he play Jesus? Does he go with Gyökeres? Does he go with Havertz as a false 9? And given that they're playing Leeds, one defeat in their last 11, and the momentum is with them, and they'll be fighting for their lives. Only 6 points ahead of the drop zone, so they'll be at it at Ellen Road. You can't take this one for granted. I think you might go with Havertz.
Unbeaten in 5 at home Leeds. They have changed things since that shape change in the defence. They, as you mentioned, are on a roll.
Absolutely. Calvert-Lewin looks like he's scoring goals, staying in the width of the post. He's getting plenty of chances. Balls flying across the face of the box. They're going to have to defend well, Arsenal, to win this game. And I just believe they will. I think they've got too much firepower, even though they haven't scored from open play. You know, I listen to all this, but they're the second top scorers in the Premier League. I don't think you have to have a 15, 20 goal a season man to win the Premier League.
You don't, Tim. You don't. No. But if you think about the last... all of the attackers. I mean, Saka hasn't scored in 11 games. Martinelli in the Premier League. You know, Martinelli hasn't scored, I think, 8-9 games in the Premier League. There are so many players. I think no one scored more than 5 goals in the Premier League all season. So I agree with you about the firepower that they have, but the way that they're playing isn't with as much freedom as, say, even what we saw from Manchester United last weekend. And that worries me. Some of the rival fans are basically saying they're set-piece FC, which is really unfair given how brilliant they have been so far this season. But the quality on paper isn't translating to that potency in attack that you would want them to have at this stage of the season.
You want Saka, obviously, he's having a dip, you know, but you still keep him. I think he's a superstar. Still keep him in the side. I maybe swap Odegaard for Eze. I would bring him into there. But if I'm walking around parading that trophy at the Emirates and I'm listening to people calling me set-piece FC, I'm really not bothered.
Fair point.
It don't matter. It don't matter how you got over the line, you just get over the line. We shared a few goals around our team, but we had a main man who scored 34 goals in our season, in Alan Shearer. But look, the most goals from set pieces, I would look at that as a positive. I wouldn't look at that as, I hope we score more goals from open play. Of course you do. You want to score. And I don't care. I'll go back to it, whether it's Gyökeres, whether it's Jesus, whether it's Havertz playing up there. It's not the personnel. It's the way Arsenal play to create chances. You could put Erling Haaland up there and he wouldn't score more goals than them at the moment. It's the difference. I'm telling you, it's the way they're playing. It's the way they build up to play games. So he could take the handbrake off him a little bit, but I think you change personnel to be able to do that. And taking the handbrake off is probably putting Martinelli with a bit of pace rather than Trossard on the left-hand side. He's got options to change it up. Trust the process.
And on that note, we're going to go to a break.
Morning, Mikel.
Good morning.
Any fresh injury worries after Wednesday night?
No, we didn't have any surprises there, and hopefully everybody will train well today and available for tomorrow.
Yuri Timber and William Saliba, of course, weren't part of that squad in midweek. Are they okay?
Yeah, they are okay. Obviously, they have played a lot of minutes. They've been carrying a few niggles, and it was a really good opportunity for us to offload them a little bit and refresh them.
The news that broke this morning, great news for you. Max Downman signed a pre-contract agreement ahead of his first professional contract, and he'll be 17. Make me feel old at the end of this year. But can you just put into words how happy you are and what message that sends from this football club?
Yeah, it's a proud moment to see him yesterday signing that deal in front of his family and his loved ones, and big credit to everybody that has been involved in that journey with him to bring him all the way to the first team, and especially in the manner that they've done it. And now we have an amazing talent that day by day I think we need to shape, because it's so much there.
Can you, Mikel, can you just reflect on the past week? Because I'm guessing you might have had to have lifted the players after Sunday. I know you've spoken about it pre the Kairat game. How much did Wednesday night help, though, just to dispel everything that happened last week?
Well, it's just understanding where you are. Certainly, when you lose a game, you have a lot of feelings, because especially this group of players are so competitive and they seek for excellence. And when you don't reach it, you ask yourself questions, and we did that. But I think my role there as well is to bring optimism and reality of where we are. And our club has a long history, and to find a moment where in February we are in the position that we are is very difficult to find. So guys, we are doing so many things so well, and let's focus mainly on that. And for sure we want to improve, we want to be better in every area, but with that sense as well of self-confidence and conviction that we are in the right path.
You said you needed to bring optimism and reality. Did anyone need to lift you?
No, in these moments, no. Normally I'm the opposite, and when we are doing so well, I'm there with a stick to say this is not good enough, this is not good enough. The other day, no, because I know how much they wanted, the amount of games and the demands that we put on those players every day, and those moments they need to understand and feel that we are right behind them, that I'm mainly responsible for that, and that they keep playing with that freedom, with that enjoyment, as I discussed the other day, and make sure that journey is beautiful, because what is ahead is great, and everybody has to be part of that, but in a good sense and with good humor and with good optimism and looking forward to it.
Can I ask you about Martin Odegaard and his form? It's 1 goal and 3 assists. I know numbers can say one thing, performance is another. Is there any part of you that's concerned, and is there any part of you that is thinking about maybe to take him out of the firing line a little bit and rest him?
So those are the numbers, but we have to give the full numbers as well, that he's played much less minutes than any other season as well, because he's been 3 times injured. That's the reality. We want to improve that for sure. We want him affecting the game in the areas that we can win football matches, that's for sure. But if you know Martin, how he works every single day, I have no doubt that that will come.
After nearly a year, Kai Havertz made his first start.
Yeah.
Is he ready to go again and start against Leeds? Is he fit enough? Is he strong enough?
Yeah, he is ready. Obviously, he started the other day. Obviously, it's been a long period, and now we need to manage that load and the games that we're going to select for him to start. But yeah, it was no reaction to that. I think it was super positive. You could see straight away the impact that he can have in the team. So yeah, he's ready.
Just final one from me, just on Kai. How do you think he's going to help the other strikers in the team? Not only just for the load, but also to know that they've got that competition back again.
More than the competition, which I understand we have different characteristics with the nines, but as well Kai can play in different positions, and his main quality is that he makes you better somehow. The way he moves, communicate with this, gives you information, moves around, is a very difficult player to mark, and especially he opens up a lot of spaces for the rest of the players. So I think they're going to be very happy to have him around.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
From the Premier League.
Hi, Miguel.
Hi.
Just touching on that again, Kai Havertz and Gyökeres, they seem to have a connection. Immediately, Havertz turned middle of the pitch, got the assist. Gyökeres returned the favour, took the defender away for the Havertz goal. When you signed Gyökeres initially, did you have that in mind, to have Havertz behind him and sort of in the left centre space? And how much do you think that will change your midfield? Because obviously someone will also have to come out. Is that something you're comfortable to do?
Yes, so well, we knew when we signed Victor as well that Kai was going to be out for still a long period, and Gabi Jesus wasn't nowhere near, so we hoped that this relationship was going to build in the right way, but we didn't know when. So the other night